Welcome to the 757 Renaissance Man podcast. On this episode, we chop it up with Jus.Ed. We discuss being hustle ready, who is Jus.Ed, his connection to muddy waters, how songwriting is his therapy, how being in the Navy changed him, social media being the new radio, how COVID-19 made him focus on his art, and we get exclusive previews of his new music. Let's have a conversation with Jus.Ed. All right, you ready?
Always ready.
All right.
Sensei. Tell him how you gonna live with a king. How you gonna go so high, I'm scared to fall. How you gonna spar with a god? Tell him how you gonna do it. How you gonna what? How you gonna do it? How you gonna what? How you gonna do it? How you gonna what? How you gonna do it? How you gonna do it? Tell him how you gonna live with a king. How you gonna go so high, I'm scared to fall. How you gonna spar with a god? Tell him how you gonna do it. How you gonna what? How you gonna do it? How you gonna what? How you gonna do it? How you gonna what? Jus.Ed. How you gonna what? Haven't seen a nigga rap like this. Two up gon' tell me spin a crack like this. Buying O's for the team and the fam. Now young nigga blowing out a ghost in the phantom. Paranormal my fit, fresh to death from 2 A penny watch, no penny pinch. You pay attention, niggas pushing counterfeits just to pay my ransom. Kill a big kill, know what you thinking? Niggas got a red dot on your mind, screaming out alhamdulillah. Praise be to God, the sensei, my niggas so crazy, they mental is raw. Staining their teeth with the blood from your bra. My pockets been starving like Ramadan. A nigga been fasting, fasten your seatbelt, the PJ is landing straight to the mansion, I had a dream like I'm Mr. King. Bitch, I'm a god till I kiss the ring. Spitting dirt on my name, need some Listerine. Beat my case, but I miss a subpoena. I ain't coming no hoe, no time for prenups. Keep an old bias up, but my life is greener. How you gonna live with a king? How you gonna go so high, but scared to fall? How you gonna spar with a god? Tell him how you gonna do it. How you gonna what? How you gonna do it? How you gonna what? How you gonna do it? How you gonna what? How you gonna do it? How you gonna do it? Tell him how you gonna live with a king. How you gonna go so high, but scared to fall? How you gonna spar with a god? Tell him how you gonna do it. How you gonna what? How you gonna do it? How you gonna what? How you gonna do it? How you gonna what? How you gonna do it? How you gonna what? Tell him like, slow it down. Came with a name and you know it now. Sensei the guy got your bitch like O'Campton. My captain won't pan in the boat cause she wet like a crack and I'm cracking a smile. Peter Piper picked the perfect pitch and now we piping it down. Sipping savage shit and sipping Ciroc. Told me pull her hair while she giving me top and you envious. But my end goal to end war, don't entertain no mumble rapper. Energy don't fuck a trapper. Shoot my shot to fame, come after her. Favorite rapper, go John Doe. Go John Wick to my dog's home. Niggas said that I'd never make it. Try to crucify me just to make a statement. Niggas made a way, broke the game. I'ma repay, but I'ma have to change it. Niggas wanna be a star to a guy come abroad. Watch a real nigga step in the building. They won't Pangea, money stacking to the ceiling. Diamonds on my neck that glisten. PYT, I need a mistress. Nah, I'm just kidding. Fuck it, tell him it's Sensei the guy. Sensei the go, Sensei the great. Sensei go, God get you in. Goddamn, God body been heaven sent. Ask me what I know, bitch, I plead the fifth. Henny bottle, deplete the fifth. Fucking the game, I don't need you, bitch. Running your same, give you same some tips. I don't bet no game, I just raise my fist. Tell them black and the parrot is sweet as a rapper. Sugar coated, you be covered in rappers. Stuck in your waist, so they call you a trapper. Call the corner. Look, one of my niggas is dead and gone. My little big brother ain't coming home. Look, murder a beat for the niggas above. Don't cry, dry your eyes, I'ma do this for us. Got my teeth and cry my eyes like you told me. I owe you one like Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Smooth.
What's good, my people? I got a special guest for you today. I got some new music to drop on you and a brilliant young man to talk to. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to Jus.Ed. How you doing, my brother?
How you doing? How you doing? Mr. Toxic Lover himself is in the building. Blessed and highly favored.
Yeah. So you came across my doorstep literally, and I really appreciated you representing yourself And some people don't. Well, they ask you, put me on, let me get a shot, but then they're not ready. And one thing I appreciated about you, you had your business together. So when I was like, I want to hear some music, you was like, here it is. You didn't have to. I didn't have to be like, let me go to the car. My homeboy got it. I'll be right back. I didn't have that. You was ready, and that's one thing that really impressed me about your hustle.
Yeah, I think you always got to be ready, especially if this is a goal, if this is a dream, inspiration, anything you got to do in life that you want to do in life, you got to be ready. You don't want to never miss an opportunity or a chance of a lifetime. And I seen it for what it was, and I was like, okay, cool. All he can say is no, and I had to chase it.
Can't be afraid of no. You're gonna hear
No,
no from time to time.
man, there's over a billion people on this world. One person, two people, 100 people, 1,000 people might tell you no, but it's gonna be a whole lot of yeses. So, or it might just take one yes from that big name or that big person, that big status. So you never know at the end of the day.
You never know. So go ahead and introduce yourself to the people. Tell them who you are, what you represent, where you from. Who is Jus.Ed?
All right. Well, originally I'm from Virginia. I was born in Virginia, moved around a lot, definitely took on that nomad lifestyle from the East Coast. Probably lived in every city at least, once of Virginia, North Carolina, Georgia. I graduated from Charlotte, North Carolina. So I call that home 704,
Mm-hmm.
540, 804. There's a whole lot of them. So um, I got stationed up here in Hampton probably around like 2015 with the Navy and stuff like that. And once I got out, I never did left. This the 757 definitely has a chill, nonchalant vibe to it. Like, you can really become whatever you want to be. There's enough traffic that comes through here because you got Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Portsmouth, the seven cities in general. It just has a chill vibe and nobody has that crab in a bucket type of mentality. So when I never decided to go back home, I wanted to make this home.
Tell us about the first song we opened up with.
How? How was created by me and my homeboy, Sensei the guy, shout out to him, who I also met in the Navy. And we used to challenge each other while we were on the boat. Who could rap better and who could say this better and this. So I'm definitely a singer. That boy can out rap me any day of the week. He just got it like that. The song was actually created in this room. And basically, you see a whole lot of people want to join the team, want to be behind you and stuff like that when everything's good, but they're not ready to take that fall when everything hits its worst moments. And that's basically, what the song was about. How can you lead with a king, but you're scared to fall,
Mm-hmm.
How you gonna do it? You can't, so especially if we both put ourselves on the highest pedestal when it comes to our music, not more of like a cocky wave, because a lot of people cocky. They just, oh yeah, I'm this, I'm that. It's not that. We take ours seriously,
Right.
and we're not gonna put out something that doesn't have a message or a meaning or not necessarily make sense or not that good quality. It's quality over quantity over here. So we put ourselves in that spectrum. So when he says, you know, how you gonna do it? How lead with a king, but scared to fall. How you gonna do it? Lead with a god and stuff like that. It's truth. Like this we take our music very seriously. So it was a dope track.
Who are some of your musical inspirations?
Oh, music inspirations throughout the decades. I really don't. I really don't have one spectrum of a genre like an R&B route or a rapping route, but I can list off a few. I would definitely say Muddy Waters, the original rock and roller, blues, Sam Cooke, you know,
Now, some people
Mr.
say you a little too young to know about Muddy Waters.
The crazy thing about it, like I was saying, like I wasn't raised with just one type of genre of music. Like my father, he's a rock and roller, heavy metal, you know, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Rage Against the Machines, and Rammstein. Like he was just, culture was everywhere near me. And my mother, she's the soulful person. She's the Anthony Hamilton, the Isley Brothers, like smooth, delicate people. And my grandmother, she was the Temptations and Sam Cooke's and Al Greens and Bobby Womack's. And my grandfather, he was the one with the Muddy Waters. He's the one who could get on a guitar and play. And I was like, man, I want to get a guitar. I want to get a guitar. And I watched him do it, and I just watched him. He allow me to listen to the records and, taught me, not just play them and walk off, but was like, okay, son, this is what he's talking about, And I just always caught that vibe. And that's from old, like you said, that's generation music that's way before me. Right. But it was just a vibe that you can't get rid of.
All right, so who are some more of your influences?
I would definitely say Anthony Hamilton, of course. Groups, I would say like Silk, Usher, Robin Thicke, that's Mr. Smooth Cat. JT, Justin Timberlake, he's real smooth. There's an artist in California called Sir. Mm-hmm. Definitely has a melodic type of voice. My range of music, it's far beyond the average. Like I love messages and stories and stuff like that. So if an artist has a story, whether they're famous or not famous, anything like that, I'm gonna listen to it. I'm gonna catch the vibe off it.
So one of the things I want to do is I want to do like a debut, and I want to give people a walk through what to expect from your upcoming release. And one of the songs I want to play is Connections. Tell us about Connections.
Connections was definitely a heartbreak. It was a heartbreak type of song. I gave my all to that person in a sense. I was always there for them. I wanted them to be the best person they could possibly be. And I think that's because I'm a Cancer. They say Cancers are the sensitive ones, but it's whatever. But yeah, I really wanted us to have that connection and move forward. I was always taught to build a foundation when you really want to be with somebody. And, I tried to do it and it didn't go that way. But, connections kind of just happened because I was going through beats and things of that nature. And I heard the beat and I was like, okay, cool. And like instantly, as soon as I heard the beat, like I started going back to the past. Like this is the past relationship and everything. I'm just like, ow, she really hurt my feelings. And it came out as a simple track. Like I just wanted to get something off my chest, and then people started vibing to it, so I kept it. So,
without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, here is Ed, Jus.Ed with Connections.
Active by night, keep going crazy.
So many advances, too many chances I gave to you. Late night texting, you never hit my line when you're with your crew. I wanna love, you needed drugs. I was down when your heart was crushed, and you still treat me the same. No more dancing with your games, steady playing with my name. Dirty dancing in your lane, dirty dancing, oh no. Love and connection, I know it's hard to mention how I feel when you're on the road and I feel alone. Did I do you wrong when you do the most? Love and connection, what's your true intentions with my soul? Damn, I feel alone. Did I do you wrong? Damn, I feel so cold when you do the most. It wasn't your fault and how I do you. I lose my mind when I think of you. Heart and part, love and crew. Where to start, who to choose. love and connection. I know it's hard to mention how I feel when you on the road and I feel alone. Did I do you wrong when you do the most? Love and connection. What's your true intentions with my soul? Damn, I feel alone. Did I do you wrong? Damn, I feel so cold when you do the most.
So you mentioned that you was going through something when you wrote that song. Does songwriting help you as a form of therapy?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like definitely. Songwriting definitely puts me in that space to kind of release, especially when sometimes you just can't, you don't have that enough confidence to talk to that one person that caused the problems.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a big issue. So a lot of people, we like to go through what we go through. We like to bottle in because we don't want to seem soft or sensitive and things of that nature. With me, I got to the point where I was like, okay, people, they're gonna say, okay, I'm sorry, but generally they're not really sorry. They really don't care and stuff like that. So I got tired of like expressing stuff and then not getting what I thought I wanted to see out of an apology or an understanding or something like that. So I started making music about it. Like I started writing it, putting it behind a beat so other people can hear it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, okay, cool. I won't get a sorry from you, but I'll get praise from them. So it's a win-win situation. I get to release myself,
Mm-hmm.
and people give me their opinions and things of that nature. So it was a win-win. But yeah, definitely writing is definitely a release.
Good. So, if you could collaborate with anybody, alive or dead, who would it be?
Ooh, ooh. Alive or dead. Like I said, the list is going on. I would collab with anybody, but if it had to be one person, it would definitely be Muddy Waters. And the reason why I would say him originally, because he is the blues man. He is King Omega level heartbreak. You know what I'm saying? You could hear it in his voice. That was before all the auto tuning and the Pro Tools and the FL Studios and things like that. That was original bands out there playing in those studios. That was really him doing track by track by track, layering it down. That is right there. I call original talent. And then if you ever like read his backstory or hell, just watch the movie. You know what I'm saying? I read his backstory because the movie was, holding back details. And the guy went through a lot. Went through a lot to get just not even famous, just to get that mediocre fame.
Mm-hmm.
And I respect it to the fullest. So I know if I could tap in with him and let him know what I've been through or what I'm going through currently or something like that, we would platinum records, diamond records, because he just had that aura with him. Um, to work with somebody that's alive now, I would personally say it's a flop. It's a flop between. It's a flop. I would definitely say it's a flop between like a Usher, because Usher definitely had a growing up in the music industry, so he knows what he's doing, choreography wise, songwriting wise. He actually made a couple songs that as a kid, I'd be in the rain, don't know what's going on, but he made that. He made you feel like that. So he had a definitely vibe. And Eric Bellinger too.
Mm-hmm.
Eric Bellinger is definitely the king of songwriting. He can write. I'm pretty sure he can make nursery rhymes into gold albums at least. He can do that. So
Nice. So, tell us about your time in the military.
Man, I would say this as a disclaimer. It's a 50-50 type of thing for anybody that wants to do the military route or want to do something for the country or just have that sense of pride and stuff like that. Go for it. Go for it. But I will say it will change you, sometimes for the best, sometimes for the worst. Now, for my instance, from my personal views, I think it helped me grow, definitely, because I've always, like I said, I've always moved from city to city to city to city. So I was used to going here and then going there, or having one school in Florida and then coming to Norfolk, then going to Newport News and being all of these places and being out to sea and things of that nature. I met a whole lot of friends, brothers and sisters that I probably wouldn't have met on my regular day life if I wasn't in there. And it gave me the opportunity to get used to different cultures and different experiences and different ways of life, because here I am on the East Coast, and one of my closest friends is from the West Coast. I got another one that used to live in Alaska. So many races like Tongan and Filipino, and not just black and white. I think some people, we just get trapped in the whole black and white spectrum, but there's so many races out there, so many religions. It was definitely an eye-opener experience.
How do you think your time in the military helped shape your songwriting ability?
Honestly, it gave me that sense of challenge. It gave me that sense of challenge because so long, in your head, like I said, you had that, it's a borderline between confidence and cocky. And in your head, you're like, man, I'm the big guy on the street. I do this, I do that. Nah, I'm the best. I'm the best. And it's good to have that mentality, but sometimes you got to be willing to learn or eager to learn new steps or new ways. And, being on the boat with 300 plus people or 500 plus people, and my division had probably at least 150. And we had a couple rappers, couple singers. I got the ability to learn from them and take off what they knew. Okay, why don't you hit a note like this and then come in like that? Like the first song we played was How. That's my homeboy from Cali. You know what I'm saying? He does this. And me and him started being friends because we was battling each other. First thing I said to him, I was like, you can't spit. That's just me being cocky. You can't spit. He was like, all right, cool. Got a group of people and everything like that. And we just started spitting it. And then after that second round, I'm just like, oh, he got it. He got it for real. He got it for real. So it definitely the military definitely gave me that closed structure, because when you out to sea, there is no cell phone communication or outside communication to keep me or sailors distracted. So it was just us. So we built off each other. It was definitely a good experience for that.
I want to get into the song Chances. What is the story behind Chances?
Chances is funny. Chances was not supposed to be what it was. I went down to Atlanta to record Chances with a big time producer, and shout out to mixby.com, by the way. And the song was supposed to be real gentle, real smooth. I woke up that morning. I wrote the half the song that morning, listening to the beat, because I was like, let me write some of it just in case I forget, or I might try to switch up. And it was about to be real smooth. It was supposed to be real smooth. It was about, but then I got in the studio and I was telling, the producer about the song, and he was like, hey, that's too smooth to be talking about a girl that you used to date that used to be a stripper. He's like, you can't talk about something smooth like that. I was like, well, what you want me to say? He was like, get nasty with it. Try to get nasty, get seductive with it. And I was like, all right, cool. So we went through the hook and the verse. He took my verse and made it into a hook. And I was like, no. He was like, nah, watch this. And it turned out pretty well. It was a funny story. It was a funny story, definitely a funny story, because I was not expecting that. And when he told me, he was like, man, you can't be nice to everybody. You got to let it be known. If she hurt your feelings and she was a stripper, you got to say it. You got to say it. I was like, all right, cool. But yeah, it came out as a dope track too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here is Chances.
Active by night. Keep going crazy.
My days are long when I think of you. I feel alone when I'm missing you. look in your eyes and I'm feeling your vibes. You hop in my ride and we out tonight. You tell your boy that you're with a man. No more options, this the plan. Chances, it's what you asking for. Chances, it's what you dancing for. I'm a romantic, it's what you bouncing for. I'm a romantic, hundreds on your floor. Chances, it's what you asking for. Chances, it's what you dancing for. I'm a romantic, it's what you bouncing for. I'm a romantic, hundreds on your floor. She ever been so deep in your dreams? She's riding it right, and then it seems her presence is wild, and my thoughts so clear. I make her my all if I get a gift. How did we get this way? How'd I end in your place? Get that look off your face while you playing your games, your dirty games. Chances, it's what you asking for. Chances, it's what you dancing for. I'm a romantic, it's what you bouncing for. I'm a romantic, hundreds on your floor. Chances, it's what you asking for. Chances, it's what you dancing for. I'm a romantic, it's what you bouncing for. I'm a romantic, hundreds on your floor.
Definitely dope. Something we're missing in R&B nowadays: originality and smoothness.
Yeah, definitely. The R&B route is the way it is right now is because I think people forgot the meaning of it. I think they just associated with just R&B and forgot what R&B really is. And R&B is rhythm and blues,
Mm-hmm.
and blues not necessarily have to be about heartache or heartbreak or things of that nature, but it has some type of feeling. It has some type of emotion, some type of charisma with it. And I think a lot of artists, they took the easy way out and went the sexual route. You know what I'm saying? And doing that, we all know that sex sells. Yeah, the fine ladies, fine men, stuff like that, and the videos, things like that. You could take those routes, but it's only going to go for so hard, so long, so hard. Because the older cats and even the newer generation like myself, we get used to that. Okay, cool, we get it. I think one of the hardest songs from Silk was Meeting in the Bedroom. We knew what it was. We knew what it was supposed to be, but they didn't have to say anything explicit for us to know, like, okay, it's just a meeting. You better be there on time. And when it happened, it happened. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how many kids were probably made to that song, but we forgot what music was about. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't take the easy way out. Don't take the catchy way out. Yeah, it makes money. It makes money, but do you want to be an instance? That's why a lot of these people are one-hit wonder. They put out a song and then months later they're gone. Oh, what happened to them? They couldn't find nothing else because you can't keep up with that the catchy route. I say the catchy route is like crack in the 80s. You're gonna be chasing that high, and you're never gonna get that same high. You're gonna be on that same catchy route. But if you do something that you really mean and something that is really has a message and you vibe with an audience and your fans and stuff like that, it's gonna be forever. That's why the older generations like the Temptations, the Commodores, Jackie Robinsons. I mean, not the Jackie Robinsons, but the Smokey Robinsons and stuff like that. They're remembered. They're remembered. The Princes and all that. They're remembered because their music had quality instead of quantity. They might put out
one of my favorites, and I think that's what you meant, was Jackie Wilson.
Yeah, that's one too.
Yeah, I would love to see Jackie Wilson come back. Like, if we could bring Jackie Wilson back and to give him a modern sound, what would that sound like?
It would be fresh. It would be a breath of fresh air. you know, without with all the scandals and stuff like that. It's a shame that now artists now they can't put out a song or a single unless they do something ignorant and in society to stay relevant.
Mm-hmm.
If you notice that, like, every artist, before they drop a song or before they drop an album, their marketing strategy is to be in the tabloids for doing
Some
something
kind of
unnecessary.
controversy, right?
Yeah, and I wouldn't even want to do all that, like, you know what I'm saying, and especially for the R&B cats now. I mean, for the R&B cats now, unless they're underground, like, I would consider like Sir, Brent Faiyaz, Sonder, Giveon, Jacob Banks, those type of soulful people. The only time they could probably get out there or heard the right way is that they did something ignorant, but they don't. So a lot of people be like, man, who are these people? Like, I've never heard these people before, but these people got gifts. Like, they got talent. They can naturally sing. They naturally got vibes. They naturally got the beats, everything, they got the whole mixing pot, which a lot of artists don't. A lot of these new upcoming, especially the R&B genre, if it ain't about sex or what you gonna do or how you gonna do, you're not gonna be seen. So for me, me personally, I'm gonna do something that ain't nobody done before, and I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna bring the oldies with the new, and I'm gonna meet in the middle, and I'm gonna grab them, and I ain't gonna let go. Like,
I feel that it's harder for a new artist to break into radio nowadays because the way the programming is so strict with certain songs that they don't give the new guy a break. Like back in the day, if you were a local artist and you had a hot song, you could run it down, give it to somebody physically at the radio station, and they would play it. And a lot of people came out that way. I feel like it's a lot harder for new artists, new up and coming artists to get that break. And you got to go that extra mile, and you gotta utilize your social media. Um, so to get out there, you really, really got to be about it.
yeah, honestly, if anything, and I don't want nobody to take offense to it, what I'm about to say, COVID, this whole COVID business definitely, it hurt a lot of families, but when it comes to like artistry or what you want to do in life or finding who you are, it helped in a sense, because now it put people, just like you said, oh, nobody can run to the radio, nobody can do this, oh, because the radios don't want to be bothered with you, da 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 da, whoop whoop whoop. But for a lot of independent artists nowadays, during that COVID period, that was your time to shine. That was your time to, hey, who is this? Who is that? Because nobody had nothing to do but be on the internet. Social media was booming between Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, all those social media platforms. The DJs, the executives, the A&Rs had nothing to do but be on the internet. And that was your time to shine. That's when you hit them up. That's when you hit the, hey, can I be on your live? Hey, $20 here. Can you listen to my music? Let me send it to your Gmail. That way, I don't care if an artist was shy, in a sense of, oh, I don't want to go in there and I don't want to get embarrassed. Okay, cool. They put their email out on the Instagram, DM them, see what they say. That some gonna respond, some not. It's just how it is. But unless you try it, you're never gonna get anywhere. I know for a fact that myself, I've probably slid in over 150 DMs, sharing my music. Hey, give me some feedback. I don't care if you like it or not. Just give me some feedback. What don't you like about it? What might not be the vibe for you? And some people straight up tell me that's just not my genre of music, And you just got to be able to take both positive and negative criticism, because it's gonna happen. And don't get discouraged,
Yeah, I think COVID was the great equalizer. And if you were about it, you did it during COVID because you didn't have anything else to do.
Yeah, it made you a hustler. It made you a hustler, especially with the money coming in. This is the most money that a lot of people have ever seen. Free money, easy money. Some people that generally actually needed it, that lost their jobs and stuff like that, they actually need it. But for people that were still working, that were essential workers, still had little hobbies and little side jobs, knickknacks here and there, this is gravy for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the time to take that money instead of buying unnecessary things that you're not going to invest in yourself.
Definitely.
And you know, I shoot that first couple hundred. Hey, here you go. Take this. Hey, check me out. Bought equipment. Handle different things that I needed. You know, make sure that quality, the sound of music was there. You know, but you know, it's all in how people, what they want out of life. In my personal opinion, it's like, if you want it, you're gonna go get it. You're gonna do whatever is necessary. If you don't, then you're gonna be in the same position 15 years from now saying, well, my music's not getting played. But have you tried? Have you really put in the effort? Have you really put in the work? Like, you know, for the longest time, you know, because I've only been doing this music stuff off and on for about a year, you know, figuring out marketing schemes, figuring out how to brand myself, how to get the right quality sound, what message did I want to bring, what genre, what age group. That's a lot of work. You can't just go out here and be like, here's my song, toot it up, and think everybody's gonna listen to it if you don't know what target you're going for, you know. So it's a lot of work. That if you're gonna take this seriously, then I would say study and have a legit budget.
Nice. So every song has a story. What is the story behind "You Are"?
You Are was actually, next month would be a year old since I made it. You Are was my first original single, actually being recorded by myself, no hooks on anybody else's song, nobody on the song. Me and my producer made the beat right there. I told him I wanted something funky but original. Like I tell him, everybody that I work with, I tell them I want something funky, but I want something original. Like, and the song honestly was about my child's mother. And she was a diamond in the rough. And I was like, I wasn't supposed to get you, but I did anyway. I'm gonna get you anyway. And I wanted to make her feel special. And the whole time I was recording it, I was like, this is for you. This is for you. She was like, well, the beat lit. The beat lit. I hope you say the right stuff. I was like, I got you. But yeah, You Are actually, for my first song, like, that's what really gave me the confidence to keep on with it. Cause, you know, a lot of people, they put out a song and they don't get good feedback. They don't get that. They just get like, what are you doing? Yo, stop it, you know. But when I put out You Are, everybody was like, yo, for your first song, this is dope. Like, you did this? This is you? I know my dad, especially, because my dad, you know, I was in choirs, church choirs, men choirs, you know, singing and rapping in school and in the military and stuff like that. But my dad, I ain't really do it around him because he was just one of those rockers. He was, I want you to be straightforward. So I was so scared to sing in front of him. So when I finally sent him the song, he was like, man, stop playing. This ain't even you. I was like, no, Dad, this is really me. He was like, I didn't even know you could sing, son. I was like, yeah, I guess. But yeah, You Are it was definitely a dope moment.
All right, well, we're going to dedicate this to your dad. This is Jus.Ed, You Are.
What I really need, baby. No lie, making me real crazy. Oh my, you a diamond in the rough. Things I can't touch, but I think I just must. You are what I really need, baby. No lie, making me real crazy. Oh my, you a diamond in the rough. Things I can't touch, but I think I just must. Time flies when you're catching eyes in the nighttime. Don't you act surprised? Sweet dreams turn to memories. Nightmares fed the melodies. I want your soul to sing. Oh, I just wanna feel your heart. Oh, I know you are a piece of art. You are, you are, you are, you are. You are, you are, you are, you are. You are what I really need, baby. No just must. Push up on me, let me feel you some more. I know you waiting and you ready to go. Oh, just chill for a minute. Looking at your body and I feel that I'm in it. Oh no. Do you feel how I'm sinning? Watching how you grin and I know that I'm winning. Summertime fun, the reason why I grind. I'll be dead if I'm lying. You are, you are, you are, you are. You are, you are, you are, you are. You are what I really need, baby. No lie, making me real crazy. Oh my, you're a diamond in the rough. Things I can't touch, but I think I just must. You are what I really need, baby. No lie, making me real crazy. Oh my, you're a diamond in the rough. Things I can't touch, but I think I just must.
Yeah, that bass line is everything.
Man, I say that every time. When we first did that and I listened to it, I was just like, boy, that thing is hard. So shout out to A Monty from the 757. Definitely, he got a studio down here. So if y'all see him on Instagram, check him out. He know what he's doing. He came a long way too. Like way.
So you were saying about how, over COVID, that gave you time to build up your studio. What is your most favorite piece of equipment in your studio?
So I have a Kai MPK Mini. It's like a piano / beat pad / turntable, like, and it's really not that big. It's probably like, probably that big. And it kind of allowed me to be versatile, because I've never played the piano. You know what I'm saying? My dad, he tried to put us with instruments like growing through high school and stuff like that. And my brothers were on the drums. My sister was on the cello, and my other sister, she's a drum player as well. And I wanted to be different. I was like, I want to get on the drums, I mean, not the drums, but I was on the guitar. And I looked around, I was like, damn, my dad really trying to create the Jackson 5 in a little bit. And I had a bad experience with an instrument. I had, I was tuning the guitar and the wire popped me. Like it popped me in my face. I was like, hell no, I ain't doing this again. So I kind of steered away from it until I got in the mode. And I was just like, well, I don't want to keep preparing producers and engineers to keep making beats and things of that nature. I need to learn how to do it myself to save me some money, so I can cut some money out of, put more money in my budget. So I got the MPK, and I went on YouTube and I studied and I looked at the notes, and I just been playing with it ever since. And now I think I can hold my own little tune. You know what I'm saying? I make little samples here and there, and it's just a great way to learn more about yourself and your music. It helps. So yeah, I would say definitely that. Everything else is nice, but that's my favorite.
Being a songwriter, who or what is your favorite muse?
Being a songwriter, what is my favorite muse? At one point in time, I used my child's mother. She was my biggest muse, because I would just look at her and I'd be like, dang, girl, you making me mad. I'm gonna start writing. Dang, girl, you made me happy. I'm gonna start writing. And then it was my daughter, and I was like, dang, little baby, I'm gonna start writing about you too. and once I sat back and realized, I was like, man, you can't. I get it. You living in the moment and stuff like that. That's fine and dandy. That's cool. But that's for future music. That's something that you can tell people once you get there. Let them know how you living without showing them. You can tell your story that way to keep the momentum going. But when I started writing my other music, I went off my past experiences, my past life, things I've done, things that I'm proud of, and some things I'm not proud of, And I use that for my motivation. I use that to put me in that spirit. Sometimes I lock myself in a room and just start reminiscing off of what I used to, what happened or what was said or what was done. And sometimes I get in like a little depressed type of mood and I just go off of it. And this could be happening years ago, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I still feed off of it, and it still puts me in a zone to express myself because, history always repeats itself unless you change it, unless you, change your ways and things like that. So I learn from those mistakes, but maybe the next person has it, so I do it for them at this point. So I would say the people out there that can't express themselves, that can't write their feelings down in a notepad, that can't talk to the person that hurt their feelings. Hopefully they listen to my music and be like, cool, he went through the same thing. He fine. Maybe I can do that. Or you saying that's what I want my music to really do. Like, I want to give people that encouragement to express themselves in any way possible, whether it's poems, whether it's music, whether it's writing in a journal, it could be a book, So and the more people that I inspire to do more with their own emotional spectrum, to get it out there and get it off their chest, it made me feel better. I like when I first started this music stuff, I think I had like 2-3 people in the beginning when I made You Are, and they're like, yo, your song is great. It makes me want to do music. You got any tips? And a lot of people was like, man, you let them figure it out your own. But then I thought about it and I was just like, nah, they took time out their day to say, hey, I listened to your song. I want to do music too. Can you help me? What's the foundations? Okay, well, I'm gonna let you weave through all the BS that I had to do, all the downplay I had to go through, and I'm gonna help you. And it made me feel better. It made me feel better as a person that people are coming to me. And I'm not a Drake, I'm not a Trey Songz, I'm not a Chris Brown, but you coming to my DM asking me for help, like, like I got the juice already. It made me feel excellent.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you a very, very important question. I need you to think about your answer.
Okay.
Michael Jackson or Prince?
You know what's funny? I've had this debate for the longest. And you can't say either or. You can't say either or. And I'm gonna say this why, because they lived two totally different experiences and they went through two totally different traumas, where I would say Michael Jackson, he was born in it. He was kind of born in it. His brothers was already doing it. He found a liking to the music and he joined, and it was 5 of them. His dad already had that musical privy to go into the industry and be like, this is what I want, this is how I'm gonna do it, and this is what we're gonna do. If you don't like it, I don't care, I'll go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So his life was already kind of planned for him, whereas it's like boom, 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 step by step, step by step. Okay, now we're getting endorsements. Now we're doing that. Oh, you can dance too? Okay, cool. Cut your brothers out. Now it's just you. So Michael and his music, he worked with greats. Like I remember Quincy Jones is wrote a lot of his songs. And him in the studio with Quincy Jones, you see like archives and videos and stuff like that. They had a chemistry, and he loved what he did. He didn't do it. I don't think he did it for the fame, and I don't think he did it for the fame. Like the fame was just there. It just gravitated for him, and his music had positive vibes. You might have like 1 or 2 songs that kind of put you in a depressed mood or like a thinking mood, like Man in the Mirror. I listen to Man in the Mirror, and I'll be looking in the mirror sometimes too and be like, damn, really need to fix.
I'm gonna tell you the one that get me, Ben.
Yeah. Okay then. So yeah, you got songs like that kind of put you in that mode, like, damn, I really need to change, or I need to fix this situation. But Mike's music was more positive. It was like upbeat, like let's dance, let's go to the park and save some trees and dance while we do it. You know what I'm saying? He had like that positive type of vibes. Where Prince was gonna put it all out there, and he didn't really care.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't have no brothers and sisters to cry your shoulder on and things of that nature, to be on stage and help him dance and help him play the guitar. Prince went through some things,
right?
You know what I'm saying? He went through some trauma, and it made him who he was. You know, great guitarist and everything like that. That doesn't happen overnight. You
And
know,
Prince pretty much played everything.
yeah, and learning to do that, but and becoming the artist that he was. I would say those two are in the same genre, but not in the same genre in a sense. One with a upbeat type of personality and music, and the other one that was really, really, really for them people that was going through some drama. Like, what I'm saying, that really wanted to tell their story but couldn't. Yeah, Prince was deep. He was deep. If my boy Nigel was on the podcast right now, he's a Prince fanatic. Like, you talking about Prince, them fighting words. That's why I ain't trying to mess up no facts. That's why I'm staying away from the facts. Because if he ever heard, once he hear this, he gonna be like, oh yeah, you watch what you say now. So, but I would definitely say they're both in two different genres. It all depends on what type of mood or situation you're going through. I mean, I love both of them. Both of them were. Anytime a person gets on stage and make people pass out, you know how hard it is to pass out. But from you looking at a person and you pass out, you got the juice.
Right.
I haven't seen an artist yet do what they did. Get on stage and make people pass out, cry, scream, lose their voice. You know what I'm saying? It was all peace most of the time. Most of the time, it was all peace in the audience. You could see people really vibing together. Nowadays, you go in the stadiums or the audience and stuff like that, couple songs being played, they already fighting. You know what I'm saying? They shooting, throwing unnecessaries on stage, bottles and stuff like that. Them guys back then in the day, they had bras, panties, social security cards, everything thrown at them back then. That's what I want. You know what I'm saying? Throw me a checkbook. They was getting everything. People finding out where they live, finding out where that hotel is, and just surrounding the whole parking lot. So you can't even get out. You just gotta look at them from the balcony. That is real fame. That is real fame. Nowadays, it's just catchy. Okay. It's real catchy.
Do you think that music will ever get back to that?
Yeah, I would say it could. It could, but it takes the artist out here to put out music that they vibe with. Don't listen to the industry cast. Don't listen to the record labels. When the record labels look at you and say, well, this is sales. You can sing, but we want you to say this, and we want you to do this, and we want you to wear this. A lot of these people, man, we could have been back to that era, because we technically didn't lose it. We didn't lose it. It's not lost. There's artists that do it. It's just some artists overpower other artists because of what they do in society. Like, these artists can, so-and-so slapped a cab driver. They're going to be in the tabloid for weeks. Where there's other artists that sung his heart out or sung her heart out. They got a diamond record, but you never hear anything about it because they doing everything the right way. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's just the media and record labels and things of that nature that keep the real music out in the open, because to them, that's not going to make them money. They want ignorance. They want violence. They want adultery. They want the negative to outweigh the positive.
Gotcha.
So,
all right. So I want to get into the last song. This is, now don't get me wrong, I like all the music that you gave me. I like it, but this one has to be my favorite.
Okay.
And
which
it's
one?
Pickup.
Oh yeah. That's the breakout single right there.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm trying to break. I'm gonna break that one.
What is the song? What is the story behind Pickup?
I think Pickup has the most ironic but funniest song ever. I was going through a horrible time during the summer. Horrible. Man, my past caught up with me. My girl, she was not having it. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna say this for the fellas: we are not good at it. They're better. This is hands down. They're better at it. We ain't got the juice, and I was trying to get in contact with her after a couple of days, because after a couple of days, people realized, okay, cool, I don't like this whole single thing. This single thing sucks. Like, where's my girl? You know what I'm saying? That's after you do all your dirt, you just live in the streets, and you're like, oh yeah. But nah, I was trying to call. She wouldn't pick up the phone, and I was like, okay, you won't answer my texts, you won't answer my calls, you won't answer no emails. I know you see me on social media. Okay, cool. I said, all right, fine then. I'm gonna go back to the studio. So I drove all the way to Atlanta. 9.5 hours drove. I got back in the studio. Again, I was with my team or whatever like that. Shout out to mixby.com. And shout out to Stephanie from Limelight. And we sat in the studio, all like, it was like 4 or 5 of us. And I was telling them what was going on. It was like, all right, put it out. Go ahead. And I put out the first part of it, and I was like, man, something's missing off of it. Something's missing off the song. Like, everything on the song was factual. Something was missing. So I was like, you know what? I know it's gonna help me. I went on the balcony, tried to call. She didn't answer the phone. Perfect. Went back in the studio, called her again. She still didn't pick up the phone. Played the phone, put it by the mic, and let everything play out. And the song just came together after that. The .com looked at me, and I looked at him. He was like, pure genius. I was like, and we just made it rock from there. He was like, tell the truth, the whole song, tell the truth. You tell her how you feel. Act like this is gonna go on a blimp or a billboard. Let her know. You know, you won't listen to me. Okay, I'm gonna make a song. I'm gonna make you listen. And it's probably been my bang out song, because it was the truth. Everything came out as the truth, factuals, the song, everything original. So yeah. So now this is, pickup is what it is.
Before we play this, because that's how I'm going to take us out, tell everybody how they can reach you, your social media, your SoundCloud, how they can hear this music before it releases.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So your best way to reach the music or to me, I would say go on SoundCloud at Jus.Ed, JUS_ED. And I got like about 4 or 5 songs up there that y'all can go through for right now. I can't release anything till everything's broken and released and market. It's all about marketing strategy. Right. But in the meantime, if you want to get in contact with me for features or anything like that, advice or anything of that nature, music wise or just personal wise, if you want to, you can find me on Instagram at JUS_1ED.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been my conversation with Jus.Ed. And we're going to take you out with Pick Up. Thank you for coming, my brother.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You have reached the voicemail box of 43.
He going crazy. Pick up the phone, baby. I know you sent me lonely. I'm begging you, please, baby. I'm on my knees, baby. Pick up the phone, baby. I know you see me calling me. I know you think that I'm lying, but goddamn, I'm trying. Pick up the phone, baby. 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 I'm a toxic lover. Bet you won't find another. Does he analyze your soul? Does he fantasize your goal? Does he know what I know? Does he follow all your motions? Detail your notions. Deep dive your oceans. There's a little guy you don't know shit. Does he act surprised when he see your eyes? Does he really give you a peace of mind? Did you really give him a peace of mind? Oh no. Love sit bakes and he's wild. All of your problems I solve. All of your problems I cause. This is shit that make you feel. This is the shit make you kill. This is the shit that I have to do when I'm after you. Pick up the phone, baby. I know you see me lonely. I'm begging you, please, baby. I'm on my knees, baby. Pick up the phone, baby. I know you see me calling late. I know you think that I'm lying, but goddamn, I'm trying. Pick up the phone, baby.
baby. I know you see me coming late. I'm begging you, please, baby. I'm on my knees lately. Pick up the phone, baby. I know you see me coming late. I know you think that I'm lying, but goddamn, I'm trying. Pick up the phone, baby. 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 Sorry, I don't mean to cuss. Sorry, I don't mean to yell. But stories untold will break the mold. Baby, I hope you can tell. Sorry, I don't mean to cuss. Sorry, I don't mean to yell. But stories untold will break the mold. Baby, I hope you can tell.